Hello everyone. Can everyone hear me? Is my mic working okay? I hope everyone's had a good Saturday. So please do say hi. Hi Lynn. Have you had a good day today? But yes, I've just put on Facebook what will be going live at 8 today. So hopefully there'll be some more people that can join us. So yeah, so come along and say hi on the live chat, and if you're watching on the replay, you just put your comments in there. I read all of them. For the last video, I still need to reply to those comments, so I'm going to have a mass session tonight, putting all those little love hearts on all the comments and replying to queries and things. Oh, thank you. Lynn says she can hear me well. Hi Margaret. Hi Barbara. Hi Louise. Hope you've all had a good weekend so far. I was out in the garden earlier. I had to run out during Jeanette's live stream. Luckily it only took about half an hour, so yep. Husband needed a little bit of help there. Hi Craftworld. Craftworld's watching. Caroline. Hi Diane. Hi Kim. Hi Claire, she's from upstate New York. Lynn made banana muffins. You're making me hungry now. I haven't had my dinner yet, but I'll be making some dinner a little later. And if the doorbell does go, I'm waiting for a delivery, but Mr. G can answer that. Some hair clippers for him and my son as well. Their hair is it's really long. It's quite funny. It's, you know, I tried to get hold of a pair a couple of weeks ago, but they're all sold out everywhere. Even at Argos. So I was looking yesterday and they had a pair at Argos that could be delivered today, so those should be coming today, and then they can get rid of their super long hair. It's really been frustrating Mr. G with it's the longest hair that I've seen him have ever, and it's probably been about 2 months since his last haircut, but it's really quite long. He's a bit like Rick Mile from when he was in The Young Ones. It's, you know, and it's sticking out everywhere. It's just all directions, just sticking out, and it's really quite funny. He's getting really, really, really frustrated with it. But anyway, so let's see if there's any new people. So I have Val as well. Hi Val. Okay, so we're going to just jump straight into this. Hi Jeanette. Jeanette's here. Hi Sharon. We are going to just jump straight in because I don't know about the internet connections today. It has been intermittent today, so again, if I have the same troubles as last Tuesday, I will continue to film this after I've gone live and then get that posted up. So let's have a quick look at the collection. It's a digital collection and I have a photo of it here, so let's pop that up. Okay, so that is by Simple Stories, and you can actually buy this in its physical format, but it's quite an old collection now, so I think it's sometime from last year, so it may be difficult to find. But the great thing about Simple Stories is you can download their digital versions of this kit. So this was $10.99 I think, which is it cost me around about £9 something. I bought that today. I bought it this morning, so it was really affordable, and it's the whole collection, the sticker pack and everything. And I've used my Cricut here just to cut these out. I did 2 pages, and I'm just going to quickly show you. This is what it looks like, how the Cricut does it. It does these black lines, and this is something that I need to do for you, just so that you know how to do it if you do have a Cricut. But if you do have a Cricut, you may already know how to do it, or if you're on the fence of getting a Cricut to see what it can do, you can use your digital downloads to cut things out. And the great thing about the Simple Stories is it comes with an outline already. So this is, the background here is cream, and if I put that against something that's white, you can see it's a slightly different shade there. And so with that you get a lovely outline, especially with the butterflies here, because we have these tiny little lines here. And if you have other digital elements, sometimes they don't have the line, and so on the Cricut it will cut it straight up to the image. You can't decide whether you want a border. I like a border, so sometimes I do use my scan and cut as well, but you can choose a border with that, which is really good. So I'm experimenting now with my Cricut, and that is on my list to do a tutorial on how to do that, because I have one already, how I print these digital elements out. I forgot to put that in the link, but after the video I will put the link there. And let's talk about the papers that I have actually used, the actual physical printing papers that I have actually used to print these on. So this is deserving of its own video, which I will do as well, so because I do a lot of digital printing, I get loads of questions on the papers that I use. So this one here is a new one that I'm using at the moment, and I'm really impressed with it. So I've printed everything off here. All these papers here have been printed off, and this is kind of like copier weight paper, but it's the high resolution, so it does have a little bit of a coating on there. And this is from Craft Stash. I think it's $9.99. So let's pop one of these out. And as you can see, this is the printing side, and you can kind of feel that it does have a little bit of a coating there for the ink to kind of go into, and that makes a huge difference when you are printing your digital copies, because if you went straight onto copier paper or even just plain cardstock, you will not get these vibrant colours. They will disappear into the cardstock, whereas this has a special coating for it to sit on, and it just keeps that vibrancy there. So here we have this little little leaf here, that's telling you that's the back, so you know which side you are going to print on. So in this pack you get, I think it's 50. Let's turn this over again, let's have a quick look. There, he'll go flying. There we are. Let's put this back there. Right, so you get 50 of these, and they're 100. It's 100 gram. I'm not too sure if that is GSM, I don't know. Anyways, I'm pretty happy with this. It's definitely worth the $9.99 for 50 sheets, and it's for inkjet printers. I'm not too sure how this would perform in a laser printer, but definitely this has worked really well in my Epson printer, and that will be the Eco Tank. So let's look at the other one. I have shown this before on my channel, and that is what I use to print these on. So these are the sticker elements, and on the Cricut, and if you were just doing general printing, you can change the sizes of these. But I must say the resolution is not as good as Knitwit Collections. I think I've been spoiled with Knitwit Collections with the massive really high quality resolution that you get with their images. So the resolution is not as good, but I think maybe some of that is contributed towards using the Cricut Scan and Cut. So I'm going to print these out normally how I would normally print my papers, and I'm going to compare the resolution there and see what size is. So the bigger the size, you stretch it out, the poorer the resolution is, unless you have a really super high resolution. So I'm hoping I'm not talking too fast for everyone. But I have so much to pack into this show today, so I'm going to quickly move over to the comments, and I'm going to carry on talking about this paper here, which is lovely. So Jeanette says thank you, no, beautiful paper, so thank you, Jeanette. Jeanette still wants to come visit me. Yes, you can use all of my gadgets, Jeanette. I've got Scan and Cut, Cricut. You can, come and print, and yeah, I've got the printers too, so we can have just a fun day of printing and cutting, and no crippled scissor hands, Jeanette. I felt really sorry. I hate that cripple hand, when you have your scissors like that, you get that big line just here. That hurts for a while afterwards. So I'm just reading the comments now. Yes, Jeanette, I really need to try the Craftwork Card Super Smooth Printable Paper. So what I need to do is I need to do a show where I just print out on all the different papers, and you can see which one that you like the best, and I can give my opinion on, the weight and how they coat. So this copier weight paper, which is the Canson, this is perfect for matting and layering on your pages or your cards, whereas this heavier stuff here, this is perfect for actually construction. So it's not super thick, but I do have some other cardstock, printable cardstock down with my printer that I'll be including in the comparison video. So yeah, So yeah, and Naomi's saying looking forward to making the doctor's bag, suitcase, landscape and the clutch handbag. Have you got all those dies? I'm really hoping that the doctor's bag can be back in stock really soon, because that sold out so fast, and I still have so many ideas on what to do with it, you know, different ideas. So anyway, back to this Epson. This is great stuff. I've been using this for years now, and it will come out with the same quality of a print as these papers here. So let me grab some of these out. So this is lovely. This is beautiful. So just move back to my software now so I can actually see what I'm doing in real time. So this is gorgeous. I absolutely love that. And you will get the same print and vibrancy using this Epson as well. So let's grab a couple of these out. And I've made sure that everything that I've used today is linked down below. Okay. So this one doesn't have any images on there, so you can tell which side is which, but I can tell this side is the printable side. And in daylight, it's going to be really hard under the artificial light, but in daylight, one of the sides is slightly more yellow or cream colour, so that is the back side, and the whiter side is the printable side. But I can just tell just by feeling it, there's a tiny bit of coating on there, and that is what the ink is going to stick to. So let's move on to today's project. Now in my description box down below there is a link to one of my old videos, and I forgot to grab out the album that we're going to be making today, but the video is down below. It's one of my Cascading albums. It opens out completely and it's tiny. It's kind of like that big, and I manually made all of the little pockets that attach to the binding on there, and the binding that comes outwards. So we're going to be making a larger version of that one. So these are all of the cutouts here. I've spent a little bit of time trimming these out, so I'm going to have a few left over, I reckon. So I am going to be cutting down some of these papers too. And we're not going to be making any pockets today. You can make the pockets, but let's make this super easy to put together. And I'm going to use cardboard CD wallets. There we go. So we're going to be using these today. So these are really easy to get hold of. You should be able to get hold of these at Amazon, and they measure 5 inches by 5 inches, and they even have this thumb hole here just to make it super easy. Okay, so I have a whole pack here. I bought these a couple of years ago with the intent of making this album. So I am quite busy, so this is the time that I need to make it now. It's waited its turn long enough. So here are the lovely papers. So have a quick look at these before I pop these away. There are a couple more that I haven't printed off, but pop along to Simple Stories. I think Jeanette, was it American Crafts? I think Jeanette said that you can get downloads from there as well. Jeanette, if you're listening, let us know if that's American Crafts. Pop along to there. So there's Knitwit Collections, there's Simple Stories, and then there's also American Crafts as well. And I absolutely love this one. Beautiful colours. So let's pop those aside, and now we can start making. So I haven't done any prep, so I'm just going to wing today's filming, see how it goes. If I make mistakes, I make mistakes. So I'm going to grab out some white cardstock, which I also haven't got out. So I'm just trying to get that out now. There we go. So we're going to cut this down. Just need to double check that I'm in screen. That looks all okay, I guess. Okay, right. Let's get some measuring done first, because you may have different sized wallets. So this measures 5 1/16 of an inch. So we are going to cut our card at 5 inches. So we're doing the height here. And again, if I lose connections or anything like that, then I will be finishing this video and uploading it. So I'm going to pop this aside. There we go, so you should have that now, and this is an A4 piece of paper. If you're using 12 by 12, that's absolutely fine. Okay, I'm going to grab now my scoreboard. Try not to knock everything down. Everything is almost precariously balanced. Right, so grab my bone folder, and what we're going to do is we're going to score at 1 inch all the way along. You know what, my scoreboard's got a bit dusty, which means I've not been scoring often enough, so I might have just to remedy that one. Okay, so you should end up with something like that, and all we've got to do now is just fold in an accordion style. So we're not making a hidden hinge system, we are making one that kind of folds outward, so it's definitely a fan construction. So I'm just alternating each line as I go along. Just double checking that I haven't folded it wrong. Whoops. And then we have this last little one here. This is going to stick out at the bottom, so that's all going to fold up just like that. So now we can set that aside. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly cut out some papers. So let's grab the ruler again. And measure. I like to have around about 1/8 of an inch border. Just looking at the comments here, someone said something about an Epson eco tank. She's having problems printing without a border even though it's supposed to. So that's from Libby. So she has an eco tank, and I think she wants to print without a border. Okay, some of the eco tanks, especially the lower end models like my one is, it will print with a white border because it's not like a photo specialist printer. So the more expensive eco tanks, like especially the A3 one, that does like the photo resolution, those ones will be borderless. But sometimes if you buy it from Amazon, it doesn't actually say. So if you actually move onto the Epson website, you'll be able to see exactly which models will do the printing with the borderless printing, basically. And for the borderless printing, it comes with an extra box for the ink, like the leftover ink that kind of goes off the edges. It kind of collects all that excess ink. So that's another clue that will also do borderless, and you kind of replace those little tanks that collect the extra ink, because when it prints off the edge of the paper, when it prints right up to the edge of the paper, it goes over slightly, so the excess ink needs that little collection box for it to go in. So I hope that kind of answers your question there. Okay, so let's measure this up now. So these measure just over 5, so I'm going to kind of go for a 4 3/4 square. Nice and easy. It's always good to work with pieces of paper that only require one dimension for you to remember. One measurement for all. Okay, so I'm just going to use my Tim Holtz one here because it's nice and quick and easy to use, and I save all of my little offcuts as well. So let's pop these in, 4 7/8. So these are my proper ones, and these are going to just go into a pile of offcuts. And some of my pages were bent, which makes it lift up a little bit, which gets them a little bit dirty, but I'm not going to use that edge. So this is where I need to do a brutal decision here. Which one am I going to go for? I might just do it to the middle. Again, these are lovely little offcuts that you can use, especially if you're into your journaling and your traveller's notebooks. There we go, that's very pretty. And I might just take that side off too. Again, I could have prepared for tonight's show by cutting everything up, but then you would have missed all of the lovely papers as a whole. So it looks like the streaming is still healthy, which is good. I absolutely love this one. These are like colour palettes. I just love this font as well. So this collection is garden themed, I think. More like, yeah, definitely botanical garden themed. Where's my pile of stuff? There it is. Which is definitely up my street at the moment. Well, it's always up my street if it's gardening, garden related, floral, botanical. Love that sort of thing. There we go. So another great thing about the Simple Stories is if you go onto their digital downloads page, they have literally every collection that they've released available for a digital download. So if there's going to be loads that you won't be able to buy the physical collection of, but you will be able to download it and print off as many as you want and use it as many times as you like. And they even have like mini kits available as well. So I'm sorry if you guys are getting bored me just cutting papers. So yeah, feel free to happily talk amongst yourselves. I'm doing this as quickly as I can. See, my Tim Holtz trimmer is getting a little bit blunt, so whenever I try that silver foil trick, I'm just going to try and cut 2 at a time now, but whenever I try the silver foil trick, it doesn't work. It's the same when I try it on scissors as well. So, but something's gone wrong with my Tim Holtz trimmer. Something went ping just here, and now I can lift this up. You're not supposed to be able to do that. Something went ping, and now I can lift up that arm completely. So I'm in 2 minds as whether I should just replace the whole thing, because he now has the one without the, it's like a black handle instead of the red patch there. So I'm in 2 minds about whether I should just upgrade, because sometimes it does get caught on the corner as I press down. Aha, 2 at a time. Maybe I could do 3 at a time. Okay, we're almost there, we're almost there. So Kathy's saying AC Digitals has sales quite often, big selection. I'm going to have to pop along and have a look. Okay, so this one I might not be able to double up, because this one has, oh, I love one. I love this. This is one of my favourites. I just love all of these colours together. Again, I'm going to have a lot of hard time here trying to work out which one I'm going to use. So I'm going to go for that one, and then we have some of this flower here and the rest of that butterfly. I love that, and we can always grab another butterfly and use that. There was a really nice blue one here I can use with that too. Okay, almost there, almost there. So yeah, if you do have any other questions regarding digital printing, do let me know in the comments. last section. Then we can start matting our pages. So this album is really easy to make, especially if you have a collection to work with all of the die cuts as well. I just love a collection that has papers and die cuts and everything that goes with it, because it's literally just almost done for you. Your decision making process doesn't have to be overutilized, and you can just get on with fitting everything together. So you're going to be needing 6 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, if I make any mistakes, never mind, stuff happens. Okay, so that is going to be glued on just like that. So I'm just going to quickly choose my papers. That's a good one. Yep. There we go. There are some others as well, actually. Oh, okay. I don't really want to swap one out. Maybe I'll swap this one out for that one. Yes, okay. Right, so let's get these all glued on. And then I'm just going to grab my 1-inch punch. I don't know if that's going to be able to trim those off. I think that's perfect. Yes, that will definitely work. So if you have a 1-inch punch, this one's from Stampin' Up, then that will work. Okay, I'm just going to quickly use a tape runner for this. So I think the Cosmic Shimmer is still out of stock at Craft Stash. Okay. So once this album gets put together, you will see kind of how it's going to work. And if you have been following my channel for a while, you might even know which one I'm making. And if you're wondering what tape runner I'm using, this is, I think it's by Dovecraft. Okay, I keep reaching over there to get one. Let's pop this on. So the big question is, when the hair clippers arrive, is he going to let me have a go and do his hair? Or if the doorbell does go and he opens up the clippers, am I going to go downstairs and discover Mr. G with a lot less hair and he's done it himself? That's the big question. I think it'll be quite funny if I go downstairs after this and he's done it already himself. He was very desperate yesterday. He was almost tearing his hair out. He's like, oh, the hair's too long. And then yep, tomorrow I'm just going to have a go at Jamie, my son's hair. It's over his eyes now, so I'm just going to I've watched a few YouTube tutorials on how to do it myself. I'm going to have a go tomorrow. Give him a mummy haircut. Don't know whether Mr. G's brave enough to let me have a go, but I'll certainly be up for the challenge. Okay, so we've done all of this one side. So let's turn all of these over and then go along the other side. So normally if I was filming this video to go one another time, I would definitely cut that stage just so that the video wasn't so long. Okay, so before I add the next page, I am going to get my 1-inch punch and just pop that on there. See, yep, that's good enough. Yep, and then I can pop this on there and then do the other side. There we go. Okay, next, just double check that I don't get two exactly the same, so let's pop that on. Be aware of the orientation of things, definitely, because sometimes I forget. I definitely forget about stuff like that. I kind of get carried away in the moment. So I'm gonna quickly check some of the comments while I do this. Yes, Connie, everyone's hair is too long right now. I've had my hair cut. I had my hair cut back in February, and yeah, it's already grown an inch. So I had super long hair and I had it all cut off just to below the shoulders, and I actually really like it. So I'm not sure when this lockout's over on whether I should, oops, got carried away, you see. I have to guess now. So I'm not too sure whether I'm going to get it recut in again or whether to grow it out long again. I don't know. Right, let's not get carried away again. I think I've got some of the cardboard there. There we are. So if you're wondering why I have this HG, I used to do workshops, the Stampin' Up workshops. I used to be a Stampin' Up demonstrator. I actually placed a Stampin' Up order yesterday, so I'm looking forward to that coming. I got some of my old favourite cardstocks in. Night of Navy is one of my favourites, and I also got the 1/2-inch punch for this one as well. I just love their punches. That's got to be like a Stampin' Up order that I've not done in a very long time. Okay, I'm back. Something happened. It wasn't internet related. My actual streaming software crashed, which was a little strange. So I'm hoping you didn't miss much. Can someone let me know where I got up to? Yes, Connie, buffering big time. I had to restart the program. So I'm not too sure whether I was mid-sentence on something or wherever you might have missed 5 minutes. I need to pay more attention to my screen. Just choosing some more papers here. Yes, I am back. Yes, I'm back. Okay, I'm just going to continue adding these pieces of paper. I've done it again. I've done the two sides. I'm getting good at this, so let's guess. There we are. If you don't have I think these are upside down. If you don't have a half punch, or sorry, a circle punch, I'm not too sure what to suggest. Maybe get in a craft knife and cut those out. I don't think it would run quite smoothly using a circle die. But definitely it doesn't have to be a Stampin' Up punch. If you can get yourself a small selection of circle punches, definitely go for that. They're definitely worth the money. I mean, I do have the circle nesting dies as well, but I use them for different things. I think I'm running out of adhesive there. To press down harder. Okay, I think this is the last one, and one of these is going to be the front cover and one side is going to be the back cover. Okay, that goes that side. Let's just double check that I have everything the same way. Yeah, this is upside down now, you see. That's upside down. Let's get this the right way round. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's not okay. There we go. Right, now everything should be more or less the same. So I'm just going through making sure I like how everything goes together. I'm not sure about these two together, but I like those two together. So I like those two together too, but I would like this one, I think. Yep, those go. Yep, have that at the front. Yep, this is going to be my front cover. So let's get this accordion fold. I'm going to be moving over to my glue now, and I'm just going to check my stream health again, because it's not nice when it cuts out. I'm sure it's behaving better than last week, or did I speak too soon? Okay, so we have this small section here, and then we have the second one in. So that's the first one we're going to be working with. So I'm going to add glue just along there. I'm going to go for the back page because I spent a little bit of time making sure I liked the orientation and order of everything, so I'm going to be working from the back, and then I'm going to be popping this on here, making sure that this one here is able to fold without getting caught or squashed. So I know that's in the right place, and then I'm going to press down just like that. So this section here is going to be kind of where we hold it at the back while we pull out the album. So this is going to be perfect for popping into a box. I haven't decided what kind of box I'm going to make for this yet. I might save the box section for a part 2. Whether that's going to be live, I'm not sure. Let's move on to the second one now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this up as well at the same time, just to make sure that the CD wallets are lined up. There we go. Because then you'll have a nice straight book then. There we go. And another great thing is you get to see all of the papers layered together. So I'm just going to quickly flick back to the photo and then I'll explain why. Okay, so that photo there is the front cover of the collection. When you buy the pad, it will have that sheet at the front, and what they've done is they've set out all of the papers so that they're aesthetically looking their best together in that row. So if you're really unsure on how to set out your album, just copy that picture. I'll bring it up again. So just copy that picture of all of those, the way that it's laid out, and then you'll have the best looking album. Because sometimes when you buy a paper collection and then you use it, it looks a little bit different or less pleasing to your own eye. But if you kind of copy what they've done, because basically you've seen it and you've decided I really like that, and that's why you've bought the collection, because you've seen that front cover. Okay, so that's going to pop out now. So I'm hoping you can kind of see how this is going. So these all come out, and then we'll make some lovely inserts for inside there. And I have all this ephemera as well to decorate it with. Okay, so this is coming together really quickly now, so we're moving on to our next one. I'm just moving the... keep having to lean over to get to my computer to switch between screens. Yes, Kathy, I love the tab punch. I find punches are a lot better or easier to use and quicker to use than grabbing out a die, but the dies take up less room to store, and these are pretty heavy. I've dropped one of these on my foot before. Not this little one, no, definitely not that little one. That would still hurt, but I've dropped one of these big ones on my foot. That really hurt. Okay, last two now. So another great thing about digital collections, and that would be with Knitwit collections or any other digital collection, is you can get out of season papers. So Christmas, anything, autumn. I love the autumn collections from Simple Stories. I think they're really nice too. Just love the colours. And then we're going to stick on our last one. Oh no, I got them switched over. Oh dear. I saved it. I took the wrong one. I'm sure someone noticed. One of you must have noticed. Got the wrong one. So yeah, that's why the digital collections are absolutely perfect, because you can craft out of season. Okay, so it should be looking like this now. So let's get the last one popped on. This bit here that I ripped off isn't too damaged, but it's going to be hidden on this section here. So let's get this last one on. And there we go. So let's get that lined up. And there we go. So I need to choose now my cardstock for the inserts. Okay, so let's have a quick look now on how this works. So I'm going to hold it here, and I'm going to hold it on this little flap here, and it's going to open out just like so. And again, if you make this album, I would love for you to share them. I have a community tab on my Facebook page. You can share your stuff there. You can tag me on Instagram as well. It's all under Helen Griffin UK. You can even email them to me as well at helengriffinuk@gmail.com. And I would love to start sharing some of your photos as well. I mean, I don't have a group. I'm in two minds about whether I should start a group or not, because there's so many groups out there as well. I mean, do you guys want to join another group? You know, there's so many little communities, and you know, and a lot of the groups will have the same members in too. But I would love to have a dedicated place where you can share your makes as well. So I'm in two minds on whether I should do that or not. Right, so I'm going to quickly choose some cardstock now. I have it in front of me on my card. What should I go for? This one might be nice. Yeah, oh, that's really vibrant. Okay, yes, this is Cornflower Blue. This is the Foundations card. Yep, I'm going to use that one. So again, if you're making these CD wallets from scratch and you want to use your chosen card, I'm going to give you some measurements now. So listen carefully if you want to make these CD wallets. So these measure 5 by 5. So you will need to cut your card at 10.5, and then you would score it at 10 to give you a 1/2 inch thingy bob tab. And then it needs to measure, this is 5, and then another 5.5 along the bottom, and you would score it at the 5 that way. And then you would trim off one of the long tabs here, Let's open this up. Actually, this might be the easiest way of explaining. So as you can see here, there's a tab inside there. So I got that wrong. I will give you some brand new measurements. Your piece of card will need to measure 10 by 5.5, and you'll only have one little tab at the bottom, and that is all you will need then to you'll score it again at 5 there. Should I demonstrate? I'm more than happy. Let me know in the comments and I will demonstrate, because some people need the visual. I'm definitely a visual person. I don't explain things very well unless I'm visually demonstrating at the same time. So yeah, you may have noticed that. So let's give you a visual. So I'm going to cut this down at 5. I did it wrong. Let's try again. I can use that one as my inserts actually. Okay, so we're going to cut this at 5.5. I've done it right this time. 5.5. And we're going to cut this at 10. Let's grab the scoreboard out. We're going to score at 5. I'm going to turn it once and score at 5. If I'm moving too quickly, just watch on the replay. I'm going to fold that in half. Fold that down. Grab the scissors. What we're going to do is we're going to make a tapered edge there, and then we're going to completely cut this off. I'm just going to grab my big scissors for that. Yes, Lynn, I need visuals. Yes. Okay, so we're going to cut off this section here that we don't need. There we go. So you should end up with something that looks like that. Then what we're going to do is quickly glue this down. I'm not too sure if you're wondering what that noise is, that was my phone. I've got a text message. It's Johnny Vegas shouting, "Do you want a biscuit?" In fact, I'm going to move my phone a bit closer in case it goes off again, and you might get a better sound from it. Anyway, it makes me laugh, it makes me jump sometimes. Okay, I have done this wrong. What have I done wrong? I'm going to try again. Right, this is my life. This is me designing my new collection, cutting things wrong. Right, okay. Paper trimmer. Right, this is the third time now. This is the third time. Right, let's just make sure that we don't do it wrong this time. Let's just see how they've done it here. Yes, we need to cut at 6. What I had in my head was, I'm going to cut this at 10 here. What I had in my head was an open-ended pocket for a mini album, was what I was trying to make. So we're going to cut that at 10, and because my 6 is a bit dodgy on this one, I'm going to grab my Tim Holtz. There we go, and then we are going to cut. No, that's not going to fit through, is it? No. This is another trick I like to do, is just see where the 6 is. There, it's just shy of that white edge. There we go. Right, it needs to measure 6 by 10, and I will make sure I add that to the description box down below. But if you want to make a pocket page for binding, follow the first demonstration. So let's score this 1/2 inch, and I'm going to turn it over and do it again at 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to score at 5. There we go. That's looking more like it. Oh, thank you. I'm glad I'm making you laugh. I make myself laugh sometimes. I think, how did I even think that that measurement would work? But that is my brain. That is, I have to make the mistakes. I definitely have to make the mistakes, otherwise I don't know. It would be nice if I didn't make the mistakes. But I do try not to waste any of the card that I make a mistake with, because then I can reuse some of that card that I've just discarded to my side. Okay, so I'm going to keep these 2 flaps here, and these 2 flaps I will discard. So let's cut those off. Again, if you like to keep strips like this is perfect for stamping on, like sentiment strips that you can add to cards, even things like that. Okay, this is going to work this time. There we go, and there we have a CD wallet. So let's get that glued down. So if you can't get hold of those CD wallets, you can just make these, but I've used the CD wallets because I have them and they're just perfect for crafting with, and just to speed this section up, because you'll be spending a good half an hour making these. Press down. I'm not too sure if this punch, wherever it is, here it is, will go through 2 layers. Let's give that a go. Oh, it literally just did it. There we go. So here we have a CD wallet. 3rd time lucky. There we go. And you can make these any size you want. Just the measurement here for the height will be for the height of your accordion fold. So I think this would be really good in like a landscape one that folds outwards. I might make another one in landscape. Okay, so let's quickly cut up some more card now. We're going to do some inserts for this, and I'm going to go for I'm going to go for the full 5 inches long ways, and then just so that it goes in nicer, I'm going to go for 4 7/8. So it's not going to be completely square. So I'm going to use the Tim Holtz again for this. Okay, so is this one of the 5 inch ones? Okay, so we're going to go for 4 7/8. So we only need 6 of these. I'm sure you might be able to fit some more in. Okay, I do have a question for you guys. Mini albums have been super popular for years now. And I'm just wondering if anyone actually gets to the point where they put photos in and start decorating them and things like that, and if you do that, or have tried to do that and have come across troubles in layout ideas or where to get started in adding your photos to the albums, do let me know, because I kind of want to start a new series where I kind of like help you to get the photos in and how to decorate them properly. Because basically when you are doing a mini album and adding your photos, they're like these little pages. These are all like mini scrapbook pages, and if you've never done scrapbooking before, it can be a complete mind block, because you are basically doing miniature scrapbooking at the end of the day. And if you have trouble with normal scrapbooking or have never done scrapbooking before, that's where you can kind of get into a bit of a mind block. So if anyone wants me to do a little series on actually getting your photos in the album, do let me know if that would be a good idea, because I can give you a few pointers and maybe a few like page maps that you can kind of copy. doing this at 4 7/8 and 5. So again, what I'm going to do is after this video, I'm going to add all the dimensions at the bottom of the description box. Okay, let's see if I've cut all of these to the right size. These all look good. Okay, so let's pop these in. There we go. Oh, I just love that. I'm definitely a teal turquoise person, especially when it's mixed with these colours here, like the pinks. Definitely. I love olive green as well. Now, earlier on, I shared on my Facebook page Knitwit Collection's newest collection. I think it's, oh, what was it called? I can't remember. But it's using these pinks with a hint of orange in them, and I've never worked with that colour palette. So if you don't know, pop along to my Facebook and Helen Griffin UK and have a quick look and tell me what you think. Oh, that's come away there. I'm going to make a repair. I've left the end off the glue. I think I did that in my last video. Let's get the end off. There we go. I just remembered that Craft World joined earlier. So if you're not part of Craft World, please consider joining, because that's such a great community over there. Yeah, you can share your inspiration as well, and you can share this album on there as well. So I'm going to have to leave for that glue to dry. I think I'll be alright getting this in. So I'm just going to quickly read some of your comments, because I'm standing away from my computer on my bigger desk and I don't have I have good eyesight with my glasses on, and I'm wearing my glasses, but still it's still a bit too far away. Yes, Lynn, I keep leaving the top off the glue. No, it's true. Kathy Grant saying the hardest part is getting photos from the people you want to make it for, because no one I know will put photos in it after I make it and give it to them if I give it blank. That is very true. So sometimes you just have to ask. Sometimes there are photos that you can use from, like, if they have a Facebook profile, or which kind of like does spoil the surprise, I guess, if you have to ask for the photos. And downloading photos from Facebook profiles is a little bit iffy as well, because you don't really have their permission to do so, and the resolution isn't as good as having the original photo as well, so that's a big iffy too. So sometimes it's best then, if you're giving this away as a gift, is to make one of the larger photo albums and actually put mats for the size of the photo. And I do have a stamp set here that says a place photo here. You stamp that on the mat, and the mat has to be the size of the photo that they would be printing out. So it wouldn't be good to give someone, a non-crafty person, an album where they would have to put in bespoke sized photographs where they trim them down or print them off in funny sizes. If they're, you know, that's going to be a hurdle for them. So you would have to give them an album with standard size mats, so that they can easily make it really easy for them. And using a place photo here stamp as well, that will kind of tell them where to put the photo. Or you can just give them the album, let them have a look at it, and you can say, if you give me the pictures and you take the album back again, I'll put the pictures in for you, and then I will give you some like journaling cards where you can add your own journaling and your own writing to it. I mean, then it's kind of like a group effort to get that present completed, then it's nice having that interaction as well for the person that you're making it for too. So there is that aspect. Okay, so I've got all of my inserts in there now. I'm just going to check the time actually. It's 9 o'clock. So this is what it looks like now. And you can also flip through it like this as well, and that closes the album up. So if you wanted to put this inside a flat box, this flap here would be what you would use to glue it into the box, and then you'd be able to open it out. So if you had a flat box, the side would have to be able to come downwards in order for the book to come outwards like that. Or in the video that I made another one of these before. It was my 2017 12 Days of Christmas series. So yeah, this is a project I made back in 2017. The box I made for that was a standing up box, and it had a lid on the top. So I'm going to be making the box in the next video, and in the meantime we have all of these here, these elements. I'll probably print out and cut out some more. This one's going to be a little bit too big. Oh, I can hear the doorbell. That means the hair clippers are here. Yes, I managed to get a late, the only slot they had left was a late one. So in the comments, put your votes now. Is Mr. G going to do his hair or not without me being there? Will I walk downstairs after this video and find that he's got no hair? He's done a number 1 or 2, the whole lot. He was joking, he was just going to get rid of the whole lot, do like a number 2 or 3, all of the legs. I'm like, oh no. I have no idea what I'm going to come down to when I go downstairs. Okay, so let's get some of these. Let's have a quick look on what I've got. So these are the little cards here. You can print them off a little bit larger. So this is only a fraction of what you get. You can buy some of these. You can buy some of these individually. You can just go for the paper pack. It's very similar to Knitwit Collections, where you can get just the paper pack, or you can get the sticker pack, or the journaling cards. These are like project lifestyle cards, so you get the 3x4s, and you could print them out however you want. So I've got loads here, so I'm going to put maybe something like that. I think I'm gonna have to mat it, I think. So I'm gonna add a couple of these embellishments, decorations, and then that will be it for today's video. I don't really want to give Mr. G too much time to have any mishaps with that hair clipper. That's quite nice too. Oh, that's good. It's a good day to be happy, yes, even if you accidentally shave all your hair off. So, shine bright. Oh, I've got 2 of those. There's more here as well. Just keep going. These are nice. See, this would be a really good example as a journaling card. I can write down things there. Make today the best day ever. Make it memorable and shave your head, Mr. G. That's all I'm going to be thinking about now. Remember this day. Yes, I will be remembering this day. It'll be the day that Mr. G shaved his head. Right. Okay, I think this blue one does go really well, but maybe not the sentiment. It's going to be the front cover, so it's a good day to be happy. I'm going to go for that one. And then we've got some embellishments here. That would be quite nice. And I can print these off smaller if I wish. Yes, that one. Sometimes you just know straight away when you put something down, you know that it's going to go. Okay, that's the one. So audition all your little bits and bobs just to make sure that you can get it however you wish. Okay, so I'm going to use just reading some of the comments here. So I'm going to use, I think, some of this, and then maybe some white backing card as well on that. So I'm going to use tape runner if I can get this working. I do have some more. Yeah, I'm going to use glue because I've put away my other spares. I I do that. I put my spares away and then I can't be bothered to go and get them. I need to make them more accessible. Okay, so this is kind of how I do my matting and layering. I get myself the border that I want there. I've been doing this since I was a scrapbooker. Back in 2005 was when I started, and then I've just trimmed that off there. There we go. So I don't measure the mat. I kind of cut the mat as I go around, and then I'm going to pop this on there. I'm going to have a bigger border around there. Let's hope that still fits. Yes, that will do. I know Jeanette, she doesn't like to do measuring either. I'm a kind of a half and half. I do like to measure, but then I like to go freestyle every now and then. So yeah, I think a lot of you like this collection. Kathy says she likes it just for the sentiment. It's a good day to be happy. Might have to trim a little bit more off, just a smidge, maybe just a smidge more. There we go. It's when you get a smidge too much and you know you've gone too far. Right, I'll pop this on up there. Right, I'm going to use foam pads. Another thing I ordered in my Stampin' Up order was some more of these dimensionals. These are the mini ones, but I went for the larger ones. Okay, these are just cheap ones. Got these in the range. Oh, I do miss going to the range and looking through their crafting aisles. Hopefully we can do that again one day soon. I'm not too sure if the range is even closed because I don't drive. I don't really go places. I do a lot of my online ordering, but I did used to go out for tea with my best friend a lot before she started her new job, so we went out every Thursday for a cream tea at the range, and then we'd just browse the crafting aisles and probably spend a bit too much money, but it was fun, good memories. And this was part of one of the packs I used to buy, so I'm alright for a little while on those. So let me know in the comments what you have plenty of and what you have enough of to keep you going for a while. So this is my last bottle of glue. I do have an emergency glue. I think, yeah, Sam Calco also uses it. This is my emergency glue. I got this at Ali Pali about 3 years ago. So there's not much left. So that is my emergency glue. So let's get this popped on. I'm going to put this on pretty centrally. There we go. And then, oh, where's my butterfly? I absolutely love this as well, but I think I printed off that a little bit too big, so I'm going to print off a few of these smaller as well. I think that was the only, there's a heart here. This is lovely. Dream more. We all need to dream more, because it will give you direction. It will. I'm not joking. It will give you direction. The more you dream, the more direction you have towards making your day a happy day. Okay, maybe I should have done more butterflies. I thought, nope, I've done enough butterflies now, but you can never have enough butterflies. I'm going to do more butterflies. Okay, so I'm going to go with this pink one just there. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold it slightly so it's more dimensional, and I'm going to add glue. Let's hope it's not dried up again. Just going to add the glue to the fold line. Just going to add that there. And don't forget, when you're making your mini albums or scrapbook pages, put the date on there. Even if it's just the year, make sure it's on there, because it's really useful for anyone that's having a browse through, things like that. I had something for here. What was it? Was it a heart? It could have been. They had some blue hearts as well, so I might just save that space for some blue hearts. I have all of these here as well. So let's do a little bit more decorating. You can use your leftover strips here, because let's have a look at my leftovers. Leftovers are always good, whether it be paper scraps or food. Leftovers are good. Big thumbs up from me. Right, so this has been cut down to the same size, so I can just, let's give you another measurement now. Where's my ruler? Ruler. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I'm going to cut that down to 3/4 of an inch. Is everyone still here? Did I get the length right? Yes, I did. And then we can add that to this section here. Or maybe was it this one? No, it wasn't. Maybe the dream more. Nope. I'm getting distracted. Okay, and I don't think this glue is really good, because it's wet glue that doesn't make your paper curl up and wrinkle. So any glue that does that is my best friend, as long as it dries fast as well. Okay, so this is quite a thin paper too, so it has gone on really nice. It's not wrinkly, it's lovely. And then we have insert there. So I think I want to add some more colour to this one, and this today is going to have to be made smaller. So we could have "Oh Happy Day" there, "Shine Bright," make this the best day ever. I'm going to pop that there. I'm going to make a photo mat, and I like to kind of stick to 3x4s as my smallest photo mats, maybe even a 3x3. And you can use mobile phone like apps and things to kind of shrink stuff down. So I'm going to go for a white photo mat, and I'm going to do it at 4 1/4 by 3 1/4, which it already is. And then when I put my photo on there at 3x4, I'm going to have a 1/16 of an inch border, just a hint of the white behind it. So I'm going to pop that just there, and I'm going to grab, where's that thing? Okay, you're going to want to know what stamp set I'm using. Let me just see if I can find it. Here it is. This is the album collection stamp set, and it's this place photo here. I'm just going to use some VersaFine. There we go. I don't actually put it back in the stamp set, it lives on this block, and I'll make sure I will add that to the supplies list down below. It's one of mine as well. Just thought I'd pop that in there. Okay, so I'm going to make the best day ever here, and then I'm going to pop that there. It does cover a lot of the colours though. I'm going to pop that there. So again, where are my pads? Foam pads, foam pads. Here they are. I am going to have to buy some different types of foam pads, because these ones were quite cheap and they're perfect for like making cards and things, but for my albums I kind of want them to last a little bit longer and be better quality, hence why I've ordered the Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, because the backing on those come off really well, really easy as well. Make today the best ever, and don't worry, I will update you on what Mr. G has done. Okay, and then we're going to place photo there. I'm just going to glue that one down. There we go. It kind of looks plain and a bit weird and funny, but this is kind of what it's going to look like before we add a photograph. So if I can find a nice photograph of flowers or baby photos, would look really good as well. Black and white photos would also match with this perfectly, or if you do have photos that has this color scheme within the photograph as well, that would match as well. So that is coming together really nicely, and you can just flick through this as if it was a book as well. Right, so let's quickly do an insert. Let's go for this insert here. Another thing you can add after your photograph is you can carry on decorating that as well. So that butterfly would go really nice there. So let's move this aside now. We're going to work on this. I'm just going to double check that I haven't moved the orientation. Nothing like a sideways layout. Okay, so what size is this? I've got a bit of white scrap here. That's 3. Let's trim this down. Okay, I should have done that 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, but I didn't have the space for that, so the photo can just go straight on top of that card. It won't make any difference. Place photo here, and now we can choose to maybe, I'm going to use something contrasting. I like to contrast my papers, so this might go well. No, a bit plain. This one might go well across the bottom, and then we can place photo here. Maybe just have a play with what you have with your scraps. That would look quite nice, and we'll have this on the top. So this is kind of like a miniature scrapbook layout, and then we'll have the place photo there, and I'm not going to add too much bulk or anything to that. So yeah, I am going to have to print out some more of these papers, just because they're really pretty, and it's really nice to have the leftovers as well. So I've started a little book actually. I'll quickly grab it. It's a little wallet. It's Jeanette's fault. I've started my own little wallet of embellishments, leftover things. So some of these images are from my Stampin' Up! Days. I just went and cut them all up, and I have started my own little wallet now. So I'll get another wallet just like this one. That was from the pound shop, I think, those wallets. But you can find them on eBay. I think Jeanette said where you can find them as well. But I'll put these in another wallet just for this particular collection. I kind of like to have my collections gathered together in the same place, stored per collection. I'm a little bit strange like that. Some people like just to mix it all together. I'm not that sort of person. Okay, I'm going to mount this. Unless it's all random stuff, I can do random stuff. There we go, that's just the right size. Sometimes you do end up with odds and ends. I'm happy for those to get mixed up together, but when I have mostly one collection, I'm going to keep that together. Paper trimmer. We'll go in a bit more. There we are. I'm going to pop that on now. I would love to use foam pads, but because the pocket's quite flat, I try not to put bulky things in pockets. So I'm just going to pop that down. I wish I had printed off some more embellishments. I'm probably going to add that there and that there. So I still want the photo to be popped on there, so I'm only going to add glue just to strategic places so I can still tuck something underneath. So I'm just going to add the heart just with a bit of glue there. So I'll demonstrate, so we can still pop things under. Do the same with the dream more as well, and then once the photograph has been put down, I can then just add a bit of glue just under there. Make sure the glue that you're using though is acid free, because it can eat away at the photograph, and that's not a nice look at all. That's kind of, if you have old photographs in some of the old style albums and you've noticed they go orange and they go discoloured, it's because there's acid in the album itself, especially in the glue, especially if you have those albums where it has that film that you peel off and it's sticky. There'll be I think they're still around now, but definitely the 70s, 80s and even the 90s they were around. Those sorts of albums, and if they're not acid and lignin free, they will cause your photographs to kind of change colour, go orangey and patchy and damage them. So definitely when you're working with photographs and using your glue, and especially with the papers as well, make sure that they're acid free. Especially if you've ever wondered, in some of the paper collections it says acid free on them. That's why it means it's archival safe. So these don't say on this Epson photo paper, it doesn't actually say acid free. I don't think it would, but they are archival safe because they've been designed specifically for photos and for lasting. So you won't really have to worry too much about that, especially if you're going for the main brand stuff for the thing. If you buy really cheap photo paper, that may not be acid free, but if you go for the branded stuff, you're more or less guaranteed about the archival quality in that. So that's another thing to bear in mind. Okay, so here we have our tiny little mini scrapbook layout, and that is going to pop inside the pocket, and I've got to be really careful sliding that in because I have a loose bit here which I will be securing shut inside there. So that's more or less it for today's video. I'm going to have a quick chat with you guys again, carry on chatting and reading your comments, because there's so many comments there that yeah, I need to read them. So in the next video I'm going to make a box for this. I haven't decided yet what style box, so if you think I should do a flat box that opens up and this comes out sideways so it's glued in at the bottom, let me know in the comments. Or if you think I should make a box where it slides in and then has a lid and it's kept that way, let me know. I might even do a vote actually on the type of box. So I'm going to quickly read through some of your comments here. There's going to be quite a lot here. So yeah, Kathy's saying that it's still lunchtime and Simon stuck around. So yeah, Vanda Browning saying she loves the stamp. I'm taking it, it's this one here, the place your photo here. So I'd love to do another stamp set with different styles of place your stamp here, because I find this so useful in demonstrating that it's a photo mat. It kind of just finishes it off really nicely. As well, someone's talking about tenor ladies. Yeah, so Louise saying she's definitely going to give this a go. No, so Louise, do you have the CD wallets, or are you going to try my third attempt at making one? I'd love to know. So Kathy's saying flat box. Oh, she's really signing off now. Just, do you have to be somewhere? These are things you need to do. So the things I need to do, I need to check on husband's hair, and I need to cook dinner, and I also need to try and get myself a Tesco slot. I have been managing to get them because I get, for the last 10 years I've had my Tesco's delivered on a Tuesday, so I always book up all of my slots in advance. So I've run out of all of my advanced book slots, and a couple of weeks ago I managed to get a Tesco slot for the week just gone, and I managed to get a slot for next week, but there's like 9 days difference instead of the 7 days difference, so there's an extra 2 days where I had to order extra food for those 2 days. So tonight I need to log on, and what they do is they put you on a queue for choosing a slot, so I need to get in that queue, and the best thing to do is log on round about 10 minutes before midnight on Tesco. This is the trick. You log on round about 11:45, and then you refresh your page until it puts you in the queue, which is more or less round about 10 to, and then you kind of just have to hang around and wait, because when you're in the queue it will then pop you to the place where it will just refresh the page basically, and then you can book your slot. And 2 things will happen: 1, all the slots have gone, or 2, there's a slot there, book it, and then you book it straight away and then check out. So I've been doing that every night hoping that there's slots. So every night now this week there's been a slot and not been any slots at all, so I'm hoping tonight, fingers crossed, that there is a Tesco slot. So our nearest Tesco is probably a good 45 minutes walk away from my house, and we're not drivers, we're cyclists, so that's why we get our shopping delivered all the time. So that's kind of why I'm going for the Tesco delivery. So it's been really, really difficult. So but luckily we've had shopping delivered every week so far. Fingers crossed I get a slot tonight, otherwise it will be a very long walk down to Tesco to get those done. So Britannia's just asking paper collection I used. Oh, it's not working. I will double check the link for you after this stream, but I will quickly pop on a photo of that here. There we go. So it's a beautiful collection. I will double check the link and make sure that that continues to work. So I don't know if anyone else, if it's not working for one person, it's probably not working for everyone else. So what I will do is I'll make sure that that is working. I may have deleted one letter off the end. There's probably an S missing off the end or something like that. So I'm just reading some of the comments again. In a box would be good. Also a photo map. Yes, I can do some diagrams just to get you started on that, because it is literally just miniature scrapbooking, and if you haven't done scrapbooking before, it can be pretty tricky. It's going to be very similar to card making, I would say. So I did find it easy to transfer from scrapbooking to card making, because you can kind of use the same sort of page maps and images as well for that. So okay, so Kathy's saying flat box. So I'm just reading the comments here. I can't really talk and read, and I have that sort of brain, as you can see, the amount of brain farts that I've had today. So yeah, maybe I should have a little bit of a warm-up session first. So Alan's suggesting I bring out the die as a CD wallet. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Very similar to some of my mini album page dies as well. So but would we use them as pages, or would we use them as CD wallets? I mean, do people use CDs still? DVDs would fit in there. Do people still use? So a lot of people have moved over to digital and digital streaming, and I know some people have all of their CD collections and their DVD collections still out, whereas we've moved over now to streaming and digital, and I've just kept all of my favourite DVDs there and CDs. They're all in a cupboard. They're kept as keepsakes now. I do have a DVD player. I've packed that away though, it's not plugged in anymore. So yeah, Alan's suggesting pockets on larger albums. So I do have some very similar style CD wallets on the larger albums. Let me just grab the wallet here. This is more or less, this is the first one I did wrong. So this is kind of like the style that I would have. So this bit here would fit onto the binding, and the top would be where the pocket would go. And on the CD wallet, I guess you could use it as a proper pocket, but you would have to trim the end off just here to have a side pocket here, and for this end here to actually slot onto the hinges. So yes, Kim says she uses plastic CD sleeves to store dies. I have tried that as well. So large, like Polaroid pics. So I would actually like to do like a Polaroid style die as well, that would give you that option in making that sort of addition to your photo albums. So I am coming up to maybe designing another collection for the mini albums. So any ideas and requests, do let me know. So someone's saying the flat box. As well. So is everyone enjoying their Saturday evening? I mean, is there much telly on at the moment? I'm not a TV watcher. I haven't watched TV properly for probably about 10 years, maybe 8. The TV doesn't get turned on very much at all. I'm sure it still works. Maybe I should test the telly, see if it still turns on. So yeah, that's a good idea. The A4 storage sheets, the acetate sheets. So yeah, Lynn says she doesn't have a TV at all. So yeah, a lot of people just are happy with the computer and watching. I'm not a big movie watcher either. I'm a very different person to what I was 10 years ago now. Completely different habits, completely different likes. I mean, the only thing I watch on mainstream television is Gardener's World and The Sky at Night. Those are the only two things I properly watch that are broadcast on the telly. So anything else, I'm just YouTubing. I'm a YouTube person through and through. I will make my videos for YouTube, and I will happily watch YouTube as well. So that's one really good thing about making my own YouTube videos and making my own contribution, because I get a lot back, if that makes sense. It's a good sort of ratio, I guess, or swapping. It's hard to explain, but I watch a lot and get a lot from YouTube myself, and I just think it's really good that I put a lot back out there again. So it's a nice trade-off, I think. So yeah, Lou says she puts her TV on for background noise as she's on her own. I would probably do that too. Mr. G keeps leaving the radio on. That annoys me. He leaves it on and leaves the room, and then I go in the room. The first thing I do is I switch it off, and then the first thing he does when he comes back in the room is he switches it back on again. So we have this little game that we play. So sometimes he's absolutely amazed where I haven't turned the radio off and it's still playing. He's like, oh, the radio's still on, you haven't turned it off. So yeah, so Louise says she has her Chandler is always on. So yeah, it's a lot different now on her Chandler because the guests aren't turning up. So we have to make the demonstration videos at home now and send them in. When my latest collection was released a couple of weeks ago, I did that. I made 5 videos. They had to be 5 minutes long. Yes, definitely. Bettiana's saying better than TV. Yes, YouTube is most definitely better than some of the definitely better than the Saturday night shows that are on. I don't even know what they are anymore. I don't watch them. It's not my thing. That sort of entertainment's not my thing. My entertainment, I have to kind of learn and be creative. That's my entertainment, you know. But you know, because I like Sky at Night, I like Gardener's World. I enjoy watching those, and I enjoy the learning too. So yeah, so a lot of people are saying, yeah, Connie just doesn't have a TV either. So Alan's asking, would I put together stamps that say sentiments together, as in I never can see the one I like. It's really hard to get the right sentiments together. I would say check out Stampin' Up if you can, because they have sentiments for like everything as well, and also for if you something I do a lot, especially when I have a magazine commissioned to do and it's for a particular event, I'm not going to have a stamp set for that, so they're happy for me to use my printer and get creative with my sentiments on my printer. So, and then I can download different fonts and I can actually print off a whole load of sentiments using the fonts and make up my own sayings and things like that. So that's something I do when I get stuck for a sentiment. I simply just make my own. I use my my computer and a printer. So yes, Purple K, TV is boring. Yes. Yes, so Lynn saying live YouTube videos are the best thing. It's really good, especially when you have a good connection. I don't know what happened last Tuesday. That was a little bit annoying, but I managed to get the part 2 out, so that was good. Yes, so yeah, smart TVs are pretty good as well for watching YouTube on. So yes, still reading your comments. It's nice to be part of the conversation. Actually, it was very quiet when I was filming part 2 last week. It's a lot quieter, even though I can't hear your comments or anything like that. I know you're there and I'm part of a thing, you know. Whereas when you're just filming by yourself, you're still talking to yourself, but it just feels completely different when I'm just filming and recording a video as opposed to being live. I like the interaction, it's really nice. So yeah, I'm still here, I'm still reading. Sometimes I do have to go quiet. So yeah. So yes, good luck, Alan, working out the blogging and everything. It is hard because sometimes when you're starting off from scratch like that, and wondering where to go next, and especially if you've not done it before. I started off my blog first, my website. I hadn't planned on doing YouTube. I thought I needed a place for my Stampin' Up projects, and then I got incredibly bored of writing down the instructions. So I was like, I know I need to have a YouTube channel, so I don't have to write down the instructions, so I can just do the dimensions and demonstrate how to do it, and then there's no instructions. And then I left Stampin' Up and started working in the magazines. What did I have to do? I had to write down the instructions. And I was like, oh no. So yeah. That was fun, but yeah, I managed to get all that done. So yeah, I think I'm approaching my 100th magazine commission publication very soon. I need to count them. I've definitely been in over 80 of them now. I've been published over 80 times. It's quite a lot, so I need to count them and maybe do a giveaway or something for the 100th one that I've been in. I know I'm close to 100, so, but I have definitely cut down on the magazine commissions because I'm just so busy with everything else now, with Simply Made Crafts, designing new collections, and then doing non-Simply Made Craft videos as well, keeping those up too. So this is a non-Simply Made Craft style video where I'm making something from scratch and I'm not relying on dies, because I know that it can get really frustrating when all the YouTube channels, all they do is churn out die projects, and I kind of want to keep my channel 50-50 on that as well. So I think my speciality is digital collections and mini album projects from scratch. This is definitely one from scratch here. This is definitely one that you can make, because not everyone wants to have a project all the time that you have to have a die to use. So yes, Lynn, I need to count them. So yeah, Kim's asking, will there be more handbags? Do you mean handbag dies or handbag projects from scratch? If it's handbags from scratch, then Sam from Mixed Up Craft would definitely be your lady for that. Yes, there's been so many people doing live interactions during this lockdown period, so it's kind of hard to kind of pick and choose which ones you could tune into. I mean, we've all tried to not overlap and have live videos going at the same time, so we've been very cautious of that too. What I would love to do is maybe do some sort of blog, not a blog, a hop sort of style, where all these people that are doing the live videos, maybe we could do recorded videos of a video hop, YouTube hop. So we're all given a particular project to do, and here is our spin on it. When I was with Stampin' Up, I did a whole load of blog hops and video hops, so I found that really fun, and because you guys are watching all of us, it would be really good if we could do something that's related together, just to make it a little bit more fun. I think that would be a really good idea. So maybe I'll get the girls together and suggest something like that. I think that would be so much fun. If we choose a theme and then do a video for that, and you guys will have like all these videos to watch, all this content, and we'd all the YouTubers will be all supporting each other as well. I think that would be really good. I have loads of dried glue on my hands as well. Right, so I am going to have to pop away now because I'm wearing a microphone, and I'm not sure if it picks up rumbly tummies. I think my tummy is about to rumble, so if you hear a funny noise, that will be me being hungry. So I'm going to go and check on Mr. G, see what his hair situation is, see if he still has any, and I'm going to get some dinner on, and then I'm going to get myself ready for booking my Tesco slot. So those are my three plans for the rest of the evening, and if I can fit any YouTube videos in between, I will do that as well. So yes, Louise, we did a lovely Zoom meeting with Jeanette last night. That was a whole load of fun. So I do have a second webcam, so one of these days on one of my lives you might get my face at some point, but it does mean I will have to do my hair, and I'm kind of enjoying this lockdown of not having to leave the house at all. But yeah, I'll have to do my hair. I did my hair last night for the Zoom meeting. So yes, I'm going to be off now, and hopefully, fingers crossed, Tuesday might go well for an internet connection where we will finish off this album here. So any links that are missing from down below, I will double check and add stuff as I've gone along the video, as I said I would. And yeah, if you're watching on the catch up, continue to use the normal comments. Another thing I need to do tonight is go through all the comments as well, give everyone a heart up. So thank you. Hey F, I'm going to be needing that Tesco slot, otherwise I'll be walking with all that shopping back home again. So thank you everyone for joining, and I will see you all again very soon.